So students, good morning. Yes, myself Yogesh. Today we are going to start with the chapter number 3rd, that is the recording of the transaction number 1. It's a MCQs preparation series, and yes, line by line, as below guide, we go like the earlier. Today we go with the fill in the blanks, true and false, MCQs, and last the match the following. So here we start with our journey. Our first question, the first round actually is our fill in the blanks round. Yes, students, big clap. So our first round starts with this first question. Increase in the liability will be dash and decrease in the liability will be dash if modern approach is followed, and increase in the capital will be dash if modern approach is followed. So students, actually this question says that what you are required to do, whether it will be debited or credited, you are required to think what. So students, take a pen and a paper and start writing the answer. If this video go fast, you just pause the video, write your answer, and then check whether the answer is right or wrong. So here students, increase in liability as per the modern approach is always credited. Decrease in the liability is always debited as per the modern approach. And if there is an increase in the capital, capital also comes on the liability side. So increase in the capital will also be credited. So yes, the answer will be yes. Answer will be credited in the first fill in the blanks. In the second, it will be debited. And in the third, it will be credited. Okay, students, now here is the question, second numbers. Horses purchased for the business purpose will be debited to dash account. So students, you have not seen, I think you have not seen this, but animals like the camels, horses, or any type of animals are to be recorded in the books of account. By what name we are required to record? So yes, the correct answer is livestock, because all types of animals are to be recorded in the books of account by the name of livestock. Okay, so horses are to be recorded and debited to which account? It is to be debited in the livestock account. Now second question, if Ram started a business, next question is this number is the third question. If Ram started a business with a capital of 50,000 on 1st April 2018 and his capital of rupees 80,000 is on 31st March 2019, then interest on capital at the rate 10% will be rupees what? It's a dash. So students, I think you know on which amount the interest on capital is to be calculated always. So yes, the correct answer is interest on capital is always calculated on the opening balance, that is 50,000. So 10% on 50,000, it will come as rupees 5,000. Okay, so interest on capital will be 5,000 is the correct answer. Fourth question, wages of rupees 20,000 and goods of rupees 3,000 is used for the installation of machinery. Dash account will be debited by dash rupees. Yes students, अगर हम लोग wages या फिर goods कोई मशीन के इंस्टॉलेशन में खर्च करते हैं, तो मैंने आप लोग को बोला हुआ है कि आप लोग को उसको कहाँ रिकॉर्ड करना है. It will be recorded in the value of machinery. So yes, it will be debited to which account? It will debited to the machinery account. And by how much amount? It is by the amount of 23,000. Okay, so yes, the answer is machinery account will be in the first blank, and in the second blank it will be the rupees 23,000. Okay, so next question, fifth question, transactions of Radha bracket a furniture dealer. January purchased furniture worth rupees 60,000. January 2nd, out of which goods of 10,000 is used by the business for the office use. So purchase account will be debited by how much amount on January 1, 2019. Now students, it's a January 1, 2019. By how much amount we are required to debit this purchase account? So yes, the correct answer is 60,000, because the goods which we have used for rupees 10,000, it is on the other day. But on the January 1st, the purchase account will be debited by 6,000. And it will be the purchase only because we are the furniture dealer. So our business is related to the furniture. So it will be coming by the amount of purchase. Okay, so next question. Closing stock, it's a fill in the blanks in a form of equation. That is, closing capital is 60,000. If we are required to add something, but by what name? The answer 10,000 will be added. And interest on capital at the rate 10%, that is 8,000 is to be deducted. And minus opening capital is to be done by what? How much amount we don't know. So we will get a loss of minus 18,000. Now students, you know, from getting closing to opening, you are required to do this process. Now this 10,000 is on that side and equals to is also given over here. You can see the equation equal to is given. So 60,000 plus 10,000, it is 70,000. 70,000 minus 8,000, it is 62,000. Okay, and from 62,000 something to be reduced, so we will get minus 18,000. So yes, the answer will be more than 60,000. So what will be the amount? It is by plus 62,000 and plus 18,000. This minus is to be added on this side. So you will be getting what? You will be getting the 80,000. So opening capital, this figure difference will be the 80. And yes, closing capital plus 10,000. This plus 10,000 will be what? This plus 10,000 will be your additional capital. Okay, drawings. So your correct answer is the drawings, and 80,000 which will be coming in the opening capital column. Okay, so we are moving towards the next, which is the second round, that is true and false. Okay students, so true and false. The first question here on the screen: rent for the month of March not paid is increased in liabilities and decreased in capital. Whether it is a true or false, you are required to give the proper answer. So rent for the month is not paid. If we have not paid, it's our outstanding, and outstanding are always considered as the liabilities. And yes, rent is an expense, so rent is always deducted from the capital. So here it is given that there is an increase in liabilities. Yes, outstanding rent we are increasing is a liability, and yes, rent is an expense we are required to reduce from capital, so there is a decrease in capital. So yes, the correct answer is true. Why? Because rent is always deducted from the capital. When if it is not paid, then it will be treated as a liabilities also. So there will be the increase in liability and decrease in the capital. So this answer is correct, that is true. Next question: salary paid rupees 30,000 paid for the 1 year on 1st August 2018. Prepaid salary on 31st March 2019 will be 10,000. Now student, this question says that we have paid the salary for 30,000 for the 1 year, and it is started from the 1st August. So from 1st August 2018 till the 1 year, it will end on 1st August 2019. And our accounts always closes on 31st March 2019. So what will be the amount? It will be 10,000 or what? They have said the 10,000. Whether it is true or false, we have to see the answer. So yes students, the answer of this is true. Why? The reason I have already mentioned you, because salary is paid for the 4 month extra. Why? 31st March the books always closes. So April, May, June and July, this 4 months you have paid the extra salary in the year 2019. So for 30,000 multiplied by 4 divided by the 12, we will get 10,000, which is for this extra 4 months, and we are required to carry forward this salary which is we have paid as an extra, as a prepaid salary in the next year. So the answer which is given in the question, it will be 10,000. So yes, the answer is true, it will be the 10,000 rupees. Okay, so next question: income tax paid is treated as an expense. So yes students, whether it is true or false. So yes, the answer of this is false. Why? Because income tax is paid out of the personal income of any person, and any personal income is always considered as the drawings of the business. So income tax paid will not be considered as an expense, it will be considered as a drawings for the owner, because he is withdrawing this much money for paying the tax of his personal income. So income tax paid is not an expense. So the answer is false, because it's a drawing. Okay, next: interest received is a personal account. Now students, you are required to show whether it is a true or false. Interest received is a personal account. So yes students, the correct answer of this, it's false. Why? Because interest received is like any income we have received on any investment made out of the business or somewhere else, and any income received on any investments will always be considered as an income, and incomes always comes under the nominal account, whereas the personal account records all the name of any persons or any individuals. So here the answer will be false, because interest received is not a personal account, it will be a nominal account. Okay, so next question: goods written by the customer costing rupees 1,000 and selling price rupees 1,100, decrease in the debtor by 1,000 and increase in the stock by 1,000. ट्रू और फॉल्स। हमें यहाँ पर एक कस्टमर 1000 का गुड्स रिटर्न कर रहा है जिसकी प्राइस कितनी थी, सेलिंग प्राइस 1100 थी, मतलब हमने उन्हें उसे 1100 में सेल किया होगा। नाउ ये क्वेश्चन बोल रहा है कि डेटर्स 1000 से डिक्रीज करना पड़ेगा हमें क्वेश्चन में, एंड स्टॉक को 1000 से इंक्रीज करना पड़ेगा। क्या ये राइट है या रॉन्ग है? तो आप लोग को इसका आंसर देना है। तो yes students, the answer to this is false. Why this is false? Because we have sold for rupees 1100, तो हमारा डेटर भी हमने उतने ही क्रिएट किए होंगे। अब वो डेटर अगर हम लोग को रिटर्न कर रहे हैं तो हमें 1100 डेटर में से लेस करना है। यस, स्टॉक इज करेक्टली रिकॉर्डेड बाय 1000, क्योंकि स्टॉक 1000 जितना हमारा कॉस्ट का था उतना वापस हमें उतना मिल गया है, तो हमारा स्टॉक उतना बढ़ जाएगा। एंड सो स्टूडेंट्स, फॉर द अदर 100, उस 100 को हमने प्रॉफिट माना था तो कैपिटल में प्लस किया होगा, बट नाउ अभी जब गुड्स रिटर्न हो रहे हैं तो उतना प्रॉफिट वापस हटा देंगे, सो इट विल बी रिड्यूस्ड फ्रॉम द कैपिटल। सो आंसर टू दिस इज फॉल्स, बिकॉज ओनली 1000 की इफेक्ट नहीं देनी है, आप लोग को 1100 जो सेल जितना किया उसकी इफेक्ट डेटर में से लेस करना है, एंड 100 रुपीज की कैपिटल के अंदर भी इफेक्ट देनी है। ओके, सो नेक्स्ट, दिस वन इज द राउंड नंबर 3rd, which is the MCQ round. And yes students, here we go with the question. Basic accounting equation is, here are the 4 options for you, and you know what is the basic accounting equation. Yes, so you have made the answer, and the correct answer to this is option number A, because we know the formula for the accounting equation is assets are always equals to capital plus liabilities. And if we go with the other method, then it is always assets minus capital is equals to liabilities, or assets minus liabilities is equals to capital. So B option is not valid because the plus is given. C option is not valid because liabilities plus assets is given, and D option is not at all valid because asset is always equals to capital plus liability, and here it is given liability minus capital. So out of this 4 option, A1 is the correct option. Okay, so next question. Purchase of furniture for cash. Okay, when you are purchasing any furniture for cash, so what will be the effect? These are the 4 effects they have given, and what will be the correct option? You are required to choose. So first, A option is saying that when we are purchasing furniture, there is an increase in furniture and increase in cash. B option is saying that there is a decrease in furniture and decrease in cash. C option is saying there will be an increase in cash and decrease in furniture, and the D option is saying that there will be the increase in the furniture and decrease in the cash. Now students, we know when we are purchasing any furniture, we are required to make a payment, so हमारा cash balance उतना decrease हो जाएगा, and business के अंदर furniture आएगा तो furniture की value increase होगी. So here the correct option is option number D. There will be the increase in the furniture because furniture is coming into the business, and yes, cash is going out of the business, so cash balance will decrease. Okay, so D option is the correct option. Next question, rent for the month of March not paid is. Rent for the month of March not paid is, so you are required to identify what it will be, by what name, or what is the effect of that. Rent paid for the month of March not paid means we have not paid the month rent of that month of March yet. Okay, so what will be the option? Whether it will be the A, that is increase in liabilities and there will be increase in asset, whether it will be the B, that is decrease in cash and decrease in liabilities, whether it will be the option C, where there is an increase in asset and increase in cash, and whether it will be the option D, where there is an increase in liabilities and decrease in capital. Now students, rent which is not paid, so it's an outstanding, it's our liability, so there will be increase in the liability. And since it's a rent to be paid, so rent is our expense, expenses are always decreased from the capital, so our capital will decrease. So from this all option, the option number D is the correct answer. Option number it's not the option number A, it's option number D will be the correct answer. Okay students, why there increase in the liability? Because rent outstanding is increasing, and decrease in the capital because rent is always deducted from the capital. So next question, question number 4, goods given as a charity, sales price rupees 500 or for rupees 450. Okay, so what will be the effect for the same? We are required to choose from this 4 option. So first option, there will be the increase in the debtor by 500 and increase in the stock by 500. Okay, students, since we are not selling the goods, we are giving as a charity, so debtor name will not come. So option A is rejected. B option, there is a decrease in cash rupees 500 and decrease in stock by 450. Since goods are given, it is not the cash is given. So cash will not be decreased. So option number B is also rejected. Option number C, there is a decrease in stock by 500 and decrease in the capital by rupees 500. Since the stock was of rupees 450 and here there is a decrease in stock of 500, so how it will be possible? Because we have not sold the goods, we have given as a charity, तो हमें कोई प्रॉफिट हुआ ही नहीं है, तो 500 रुपये नहीं 450 जितना ही रिकॉर्ड करना चाहिए. तो सी ऑप्शन इज रॉन्ग एंड यस द राइट ऑप्शन विल बी द डी, बिकॉज हम लोगों ने 450 जितना गुड्स अगर चैरिटी में दिया है, सो यस चैरिटी इज वन फॉर्म ऑफ एक्सपेंस. एक्सपेंस क्या होते हैं? कैपिटल में से माइनस होता है, तो कैपिटल उतना रिड्यूस हो जाएगा एंड यस आपके गुड्स 450 जितने बाहर चले जाएंगे तो आपका स्टॉक भी 450 से रिड्यूस हो जाएगा. सो यस द करेक्ट ऑप्शन इज डी. देयर विल बी द डिक्रीज इन स्टॉक by 450 and decrease in the capital by 450. Okay students, the next question here on the screen, interest on capital provided is, when we are providing any interest on capital, what will be its effect? The 4 questions are given. Students, this type of questions are generally asked in the exams, in which they will make you little bit confused about what options to be selected. But if you are correct with your knowledge or if you are correct with your concept, then you will guess the right answer only. Okay, so interest on capital, students, these 4 options are given, but we know when there is an interest on capital is an expense for the business, then it is always deducted from the capital, and as well as this is an income for the owner, so it will be added into the capital. So add and less both are there in the capital only. So I think the right answer will be the D option. Why? Because interest on capital is always increasing the capital, as well as at the same time it will lead to the decrease in the capital. So D option is the correct option. Question number 6. X started business on 1st January 2019 with a capital of rupees 1 lakh and borrowed rupees 30,000 from his friend. तो X ने अपना बिजनेस कैपिटल 1 लाख से स्टार्ट किया एंड इसने बोरो 30,000 जितना किया है. He made a profit of 30,000 during the year and withdraw cash rupees 10,000. और उसने कितना withdraw किया है? 10,000 किया है. तो what will be the closing capital? Now students, we know what will be the closing capital. Opening capital plus any type of profit we have made and minus any type of drawing. Okay, so 1 lakh is the capital plus profit, that is of rupees 30,000, and drawings, that is rupees minus 10,000. So 1 lakh plus 30 minus 10, which is we will get 1 lakh 20 as the answer, and here borrowed 30,000. We are required to just find the closing capital. So yes, what will be the closing capital? The answer will be 1 lakh 20. Why? Because capital is of rupees 1 lakh plus profit of rupees 30,000 and minus he has withdrawn 10,000. So net figure it is coming 1 lakh 20. So this one is the correct option, and this one is the round number 4 now, which is the match the following question. Here we go with the first question. Match the items list 1 with the terms of the list 2. You can see the first list number 1 says all expenses and losses are debit and all incomes and the profits are credit. And option number 2 says debit what comes in, credit what goes up. In the list number 2, there are the various types of accounts are given. So you are required to guess which type of account says what. So since all the expenses and losses comes under which account, I know you have made the answer, and you also know all expenses and losses are debit and incomes and profits are credit, always comes under the nominal account. So for first, the option is C is correct option, and debit what comes in and credit what goes out. These rules are related to the real account. So for option number 2, the second option is A. So here the answer is for first is a C, and for the second it's an A. Next question. Match items in the list number 1 with the terms in the list number 2 using the codes given below in the list. Yes, list number 1 is having 4 items and the list number 2 is also having the 4 items. You are required to match the correct option. Now electricity charges, you know what is the electricity charges. Second option capital, third is the patent and copyright, and fourth one is the software. And the list number 2, A number liability, B number intangibles, C number expenses, and D number tangible assets. Now we know electricity charges comes under the expenses. So for first, the option C is the correct option. Second option, the capital is always comes under the liability. So for second, A is the correct option. patent and copyright, it's our intangible assets. So we know for the third, the option B is the correct. And computer software is just like a patents and trademarks. So it is also an intangible assets. So for fourth, the correct option is also B. Yes, students, sometimes it is possible that for 2 to 3 options, the one option is the correct. And since it's a match the following, you are required to match it. So here the answer is, for first, it's a C, that is correct, expense. For the second, it's an A, because capital is one form of internal liability. And for the option third and fourth, which are intangible assets, because trademark, copyright, patents, goodwill, all comes under intangible assets. Okay. So next is the question number third. Match the items in the last with the items in the list number 2. So here in the list number 1, the 4 things are available. And in the list number 2, again, the 4 things are available. You are required to match one with the other. Repayment of bank loan. Second, loan taken from the bank. Third, goods lost by fire. And fourth, bad debt recovered. Now the option says whether it will increase in the bank balance, decrease in the stock, decrease in the bank balance, or increase in the cash. Now students, I think you will make the answer, pause the video and just solve your answer, then see my answer. And the correct answer, repayment of bank loan. When we are paying the bank loan, it will decrease our bank balance, right? Loan taken from the bank, अगर हम लोग बैंक से लोन लेते हैं तो हमारा बैंक का बैलेंस उतना इंक्रीज हो जाएगा. नेक्स्ट, गुड्स लॉस्ट बाय थेफ्ट. अगर गुड्स लॉस्ट हो जाएंगे तो उतना स्टॉक खत्म हो जाएगा. सो ऑप्शन नंबर बी, डिक्रीज इन द स्टॉक, इज राइट. एंड बैड डेट रिकवर, अगर जो बैड डेट पहले था वो रिकवर हो गया तो बंदा हमें मनी दे देगा, तो देयर विल बी द इंक्रीज इन द कैश. सो यस, द करेक्ट ऑप्शन व्हिच यू कैन सी ऑन द स्क्रीन, फॉर फर्स्ट द सी ऑप्शन इज राइट, एंड फॉर द सेकंड ए ऑप्शन इज राइट, for the third option number B is right, and for the fourth option number D is perfectly right. Okay.